Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamerdad, with another video for you. So I hope you don't mind the different music. I was actually doing Philo's last quest, and so I'm actually at the Tree of Eternity. And so anyways, the music's different, but the information's going to be the same. Now that being said, we do have a new update. I am sorry for putting out this video a little bit late. Honestly, it's only been a week since the main story came out, and I wasn't expecting more updates. Although, as I said, I mean, you already know that we are trying to catch up to Japan, and so this is one step closer. I think we're only 2 away after this one, so very, very, very close. I'm looking forward to see what happens when we hit the actual catch-up. I wonder if WFS will have a surprise collab just to kind of celebrate our simultaneous merge. And to be fair, they have had it around this time in previous years, so we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, I mean, looking forward to the festivities nonetheless. Now that being said, we do have a new unit. This is going to be Alter Myunfa, Porcelain Pixie Myunfa. And so I don't know how long many of you have been here since the beginning. I do remember that normal style Myunfa was one of the touted, most chased down zone setters out there at the very early stages. She was the first one, I believe, that helps to set crit for the entire team for 100%. And the fact that she could also VC in Earth Zone was indispensable. I remember she came out, I want to say, right before the Weapon Zone banner, and people were pretty upset if they didn't get Myunfa. For what it's worth, I believe I squeezed in a 4.5 Myunfa with my last 1,000 stones, as usual. But that's not too bad. Got her. Now that being said, the Alter one is very, very different from the normal style or the AS version. She is our newest prayer. And so as a person who does the praying mechanic, she is the interesting one. From what I can see here, she doesn't have really any sort of offensive capabilities. Instead, she is really, really, really good at helping your team survive. So first of all, she can actually set dual zone with the same move. So very similar to other units where one move will do different things depending on the number of units up front or the type of unit up front. Her zone setting move basically will default as preemptive earth setting zone, so very similar to Alter Shanna, although this one does not have any additional attacks or any benefits or any buffs or anything like that. It is preemptive. However, if you have 3 or more staff users instead, then you have magic zone instead. So very, very interesting that they choose both earth and magic zone. That being said, most of her benefits are based on the number of earth units up front. So again, very just like all the more recent units, they are trying to encourage you all to use mono element teams and heavy use on mono element. So if you have, for example, 4 earth units, you're going to have a lot stronger buffs. And basically with her buffs, she can give someone a stack called Care or a stack called Pamper, depending on what kind of benefit she wants to give. So very similar to the Faith mechanic or other things like IFA AS. And they are all very, very good at applying nice little buffs. One of them, the Care one, can activate Cover. So Cover is exactly like, like the ultimate tank like Efi or Radius AS, those kind of things. And it also gives Barrier, Type Shield, Physical Shield, and so on and so forth. Very, very nice. And the mechanics is that when you give 4 stacks to any, to the unit, in this case, to the left or the right of user, because you can actually give both if you equip both moves, then you're going to have 1 unit doing a cover, 1 unit getting high levels of boosts on weapon damage and earth damage and power int and speed and so on and so forth. So you can actually get quite a bit of boost for your whole team, as well as having someone to tank. And this is a unique mechanic. It also gives to this one ally that you're pumping up both mental focus and physical focus, or what they're calling, I guess, singular focus now. So you know how powerful mental focus is? It's based on the amount of 8 MP you have, in which case you're going to do a significant amount of damage. The physical version is also very powerful. If you've seen Sesta, you'll know that she can give herself that ability with one of her Twin Blade Wolf stacking all those moves. This is a unit that can give that to any unit depending on where you move that person in in your lineup. Also, her prayer abilities is interesting. It brings back something similar to AS Miltia, where if you don't take that much damage, that is 500 damage or less, it becomes 0. So if you can mitigate enough, and let's be honest, with someone like AS Myunfa or other tank type abilities, you're going to see a lot more of this where you can kind of mitigate, not necessarily with buffs and debuffs, but so much with cover and shields and HP shields, barriers, and things like that. Remember that if a praying unit takes any damage at all, including self-damage, pain, poison, or anything, the prayer ends. But that being said, the prayer effects look very, very powerful. If you're looking for someone to really support your team and you really like the idea of having one ultimate support on your team as well as your main DPS, zone setter, and so on and so forth. And keep in mind that although she doesn't have any attacks, she does have a dual zone setter, so very versatile, especially for newer players to the game who don't have a large roster. This might be one who's interested for you to summon on. Not to mention, of course, there's always waifu components to this. You can see she has an animal there. I don't think this one comes with any pets or sidekicks or buddies, but you never know if they can add it in the future. So we'll see how that goes. So, of course, you do have the banner. It's going to be a Fateful, a regular, and they have a specialized Earth Fateful where you can get 10% times free, as in Myunfa, Alter, Shannon, Alter, and finally Alter Tuva, which is Violet Lancer. And of course, there's some other banners which will still help people with any missing pets or sidekicks. So WFS knows that many of us, especially in global, don't have all the units that have sidekicks. This one is one where you can catch up if you really need it. So Valette, which is obviously the newest unit, we have Ultra, Lulu, Yakumo, and Monoko. So all 4 buddies sidekick units are here. Unfortunately though, it's only 9% rate up, so 9 times 4 being 36, so 64% of you gain not any unit that is a sidekick worthy 5-star. Although I understand why they might have reduced the I guess the rates, I feel that honestly if it's going to be this, they could always have done 10% maybe, or even 15%, or if they wanted to, 1 times max 25% on each of the 4. That would have been very beneficial for players who need these units. But that being said, I do understand these are still very highly sought after units, and let's be honest, Valette is still the newest unit in the game, and so I'm sure they reduced the odds accordingly because there's still so many faithfuls to get Valette in other ways. Remember that if you don't have Myunfa, they always tease you with altars where you can do the first quest for free. I am so far behind on character quests, it is not even funny. So I'm sure many of you are also feeling the same way. Let me know in the comments below if you're caught up in character quests or you're like me where you are loads behind. If you've been keeping up with my progress throughout the game, I had so many new 5-stars, both with free side grades as well as major upgrades. When I finally had pulled so many banners that I have not done many quests. I am working on Philo so I can unlock his manifest. I really would like to do Alter Shannon and Alter Hismina, as well as some other characters that I really have interest in, just have not gotten a chance to do so. So right away, within one update, you can already watch Valette's quests, considering that you have unlocked it, of course. I have not finished the main story, so I don't have the 3rd quest, and I have uploaded the other 2, but for those who already have the unit, they can replay it if needed. Alright, so other than that, some fixes on minor technological issues. Alright. So let me know what you think about this update. I don't think there's any manifests or anything in here, so purely just a banner update. Doesn't look like there's anything at all, which is nice. I guess there's not much to do unless you are one to summon on this unit, and of course I'll have more in my Should You Summon tomorrow, a more in-depth opinion of the unit in general. However, I guess for the rest of us, we are still going to be working on the main story, being that I know that a few of you, as in terms of my subscribers, have actually finished the main story. But I mean, there are so many side quests, hidden items, super bosses, treasure hiding, and bounty hunting that it's going to take us a while to finish everything. Not to mention maxing all your new weapons and all that silver, gold gear, and blah 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 blah. So yeah, it's nice to have an update, but man, I feel even more far behind than I was earlier. Anyways. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.